What time is it? Almost 8. The rest of the actors will be coming shortly. Just a few minutes until she's here. No, Dareon, come on. You need to focus. We have to run through the rest of the show today. I should go through my notes. Let's see. When we get the set, we'll need them standing as far downstage as possible. But not too much. He needs to be able to spin her around in her dress, and the costume department said that the material would be heavy. I don't want her to stumble while she's in his arms. She needs to look graceful when they twirl on stage. I wish I could sweep her off her feet like that, like a princess in a fairy tale. They're here. Don't stare at the door. That will look too needy. Oh my god. She's walking towards me. Oh, hello, my dear. How are you doing this morning? Good. Me? I'm doing great. Wonderful. You want to know if I have any more notes for you from last night? No, I don't believe I do. You took my critiques from last week very well. Oh, well, I'm glad you find them constructive. You're a great actress to direct. I hope you know that. Now, we'll be starting soon. So let's talk more later, okay? Great. Was she wearing perfume? It smelled lovely. Okay, that's enough. It's 8 o'clock. Time to get to work. Good morning, everyone. Hope you all got a good night's rest. Because we need to finish blocking the end of the act by today. We'll start with our musical director giving you some vocal warm-ups, and then pick up where we left off last time. Oh god. Those ensemble girls don't think I can see their little glances towards me. I'm kind of glad that she doesn't look at me that way. There's always a feeling of mutual respect between us. Yet I can't help but wonder if I'm a fantasy for her in any way. What does she see in me? Ah, the music director is finished. Let's get going. All right. We ended rehearsal yesterday, just before the duet between our leading man and leading lady. Let's start with that. You, sir, will start on stage right, and you will be kneeling on stage left. Yes, it may be harder for you to do when you're wearing that dress, but if you can't bend down all the way when we get you in the costume, we'll change the blocking, no problem. All right. Now, when you see she's crying in the scene, gently take her by the shoulders and help her stand up. Remember, she's very frightened in this moment, and all she wants is someone to put their arms around her and reassure her that everything will be okay. Which is what you do in this scene. Okay, do that much for me, and then go right into the song. We'll work out the rest from there. Whenever the accompanist is ready, we'll start. Wow, I forgot how good of an actress she is. She looks so distraught that you can't help but want to comfort her. All right, they embrace They match their movements to the music. Alright. Their acting choices are working so far. Wait. Did he just forget the lyrics? Ugh. We've been in rehearsal for how many days now? If he keeps on forgetting, we'll need to have a little discussion about his position in the show. Okay. Her part is about to begin and... Oh, wow. She's made such an improvement from yesterday. She really took my notes to heart. I can push her. She's not afraid of criticism. You really need that in this business. Not to mention that she sings like an angel. Perfect pitch. Consistent tone. As soon as she takes that breath and opens her mouth, she commands your attention. If I wasn't her director, I could just sit here and listen to her all day. Be her own private audience. I wonder if she would mind. I wouldn't, that's for sure. I'd follow that beautiful voice wherever it went. That was wonderful. Well done. Now let's move on to the next scene, and we'll bring in the ensemble. Well done, everyone. I'm really happy with the progress that you all have made within this couple of days. Now that we've finished blocking the final act, my goal is to run the entire show next rehearsal. I know it may seem overwhelming, but I know that you can do it. I've watched you perform as you practice this score and clean the dancing. Everyone in this room is committed to making our show the best that it can be. And trust me, I would not have cast any of you if I didn't think that you could do it. But I am proud of what all of you have brought to the table. We are not audience ready yet. But as soon as we bring in the costumes and the sets, I guarantee you that we will have a show. Now, does anyone have any questions before we head home? No? Okay. Well, if that's it, I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Oh, do you have a question for me? No, I don't mind staying a little later. Not if I have something that I can help you. You want to go over a scene? Sure, I don't mind. Which one? Oh, if I had known that you wanted to practice that one, I would have asked our leading man to stay. But that's all right. I'll be happy to work on this with you myself. Now then, what questions do you have? The way you've been acting. If it's emotionally appropriate for the moment. Good question. Now that you mention it, I think your performance could have a bit more nuance. Because you've been playing this scene as very tragic. Very sad, which is a good place to start, because you're handing back his ring and letting him go. But it's much more than sadness at this moment. The audience at this point has watched these characters fall in love for a little over 2 hours, and then this is the moment where these two people realize that they need to let each other go. So when you leave him, I want to see just a little bit of affection towards him. Because your character loved this man very much, and in some way she still does. and no one can turn off their feelings towards someone overnight. There also needs to be a little bit of happiness as well, because he's giving you permission to start over, to have a new life. Does all of this make sense? Good. Do you have any other questions? Do I think he did the right thing letting her go? Well, yes, I do. Why? Because love, real love, is recognizing when to put a person's need before your own. And him breaking off the romance shows that he put her happiness first, whether it be with him or with someone else. And most importantly, he's letting her be free. He can't bear to see her held back because of him. He wants her to bloom and grow into the best version of herself. And the only way to let her do that is to give her time to discover herself. And I think that is a beautiful thing to do. Don't you? Well, I'm glad that we agree. Now, with that said, let's practice the final scene. Since the character only has one line, I won't be needing my script for this. You'll hand me the ring. I'll say the line, and you walk up the stairs. You can sing your final lines a cappella too if you want. But if you do, sing them towards me instead of facing away from the character like you've been doing in the rehearsal. Okay? And go. I love you, and I always will. Come on, turn your head towards me. Don't be afraid of being vulnerable on stage. Oh my God, look at her. How she holds her tears back just to the verge of crying. She looks so delicate, like if you touched her, she'd break. And then, a little smile as she sings to me. Perfect. When the audience sees this, they'll be at her feet. I wish I could be one of them, showering her with roses on the stage. She deserves it. She truly is amazing. That was wonderful. Once again, you're great with direction as always. Well, if there's anything else, I'll just, Oh, you have one more thing. Sure. What is it? Something you've been wanting to try. Intriguing. Okay. What do you... Wow. Oh my God. I was not expecting that. No, wait. Please don't go. What if I told you that I've dreamt about this for a long time? Yes, really. Since the day you auditioned for me. I thought you were the most beautiful actress I'd ever seen. But it wasn't just that. You are passionate at what you do. Every dance move, every note, every bit of dialogue. Your dedication to it is so remarkably professional. And seeing you perform with such boundless joy and enthusiasm, it motivated me to be a better director. You see, I haven't told anyone this, but this was going to be my last show. I was going to quit being a theatrical director after 10 years. Why? I had become rather jaded with the business, and it led me to falling out of love with theater. Too many cynical actors backstabbing each other while being polite to each other's faces. I was tired of never knowing where people actually stood. It really gnawed at me. But watching you, I realized I wanted to get my own joy back. And as I fell back in love with directing, I found myself falling for you. I never knew how to tell you, but this feels pretty right. Does it feel right to you? It does? Well, I'm glad. More than glad. Listen, if you want to talk more, how about after rehearsal tomorrow? I'll take you out for a drink at the pub across the street. Would you like that? All right then. May I walk you to your car, my dear? Great. But first, a little goodnight kiss. And maybe, if you come to rehearsal a little early tomorrow, we can go over some things before everyone else arrives. Does that sound good? Excellent. I'm glad it does. Now then. After you.